Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, but it's going to be second down.
It's second down and 10.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
The Falcons on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside.
The pass.
And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Number 12 back out there. Aaron and his Packer teammates set to begin their drive. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the gun, Rodgers. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And it's 3rd down.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. The 3rd down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage.
The storm windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
Falcons 7.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. No gain, and it's second down. They couldn't get anything going there out of the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's only had a couple of carries. I mean, when you've got a horse like this, second quarter, got to start to ride that horse a little more, don't you?
You can't just neglect him. He's got to touch it, and often, in order to get maximum out of him. Typically, these types of backs, it's the accumulation of carries, and that's when you see the damage as the game goes on.
Yeah, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. A.J. Epinesa able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Look at the spin.
Balance.
Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Getting set to go again on offense. We get a peek at Julio Jones now. He's up near 100 yards now here in the second quarter, but his team's down.
Through no fault of his own. I mean, what a nice game he's having so far. They've got to keep finding ways to get him the football. Don't get away from that. Figure out where things are going wrong with the rest of the team.
He'll be hoping to hit that 100-yard mark on this drive. And he finds a man on a crossing route.
That's good.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. He's got his man on the crossing route. Touchdown, Falcons! A big play there as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons are an extra point away from moving out in front.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13. Scoring summary. 3-play drive. And the Falcons score to cap it off. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
1st and 10.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. And it's the Bucs who have a good-sized lead as that one's gone to halftime. Chris Godwin, a touchdown catch in that first half. Next, we head up to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And it's the visiting L.A. Chargers who are out in front. The Chargers looking to get their season off on the right foot. They've got the lead on the road. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. The Saints trying to finish that one off and claim victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Now Gurley. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. 2 yards, good enough for a first. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
At the 32-yard line.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards there on a Falcon first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On play action, they'll throw. This one caught by Ridley. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row.
1st and 10.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game the play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
Now a man open down the middle of the field.
Julio Jones.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Bobby Wagner, the former second-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down.
56.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete.
That's good.
And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 6.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Aaron Rodgers sacked.
He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at the 45. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. And he'll find Moreau here.
Rodgers pass.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
To Foster Moreau.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
At their 40.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Funches with a catch over the middle. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
1st down.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there, because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Coming up on 2nd and 7. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run for the 1st with Dillon. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3.
It's a gain of 3.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
They run again with Dillon. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts, because he definitely needs some assistance.
Now a carry for Dillon. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
A.J. Dillon's the ball.
No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. No 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Rodgers pass.
And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14.
A short gain that doesn't get him the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And able to complete it to Moreau. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They get 6 yards going for it on 4th, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Dillon, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Dillon. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Forced out to his left. This is caught. And they're going to stop him here short of the goal line with the flag down. Well, this could set up a very interesting decision. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Complete to Devontae Adams.
A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Packers have retaken the lead. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that 2-point attempt failed due to the fumble, but people that can't see this, but you've got a ball in your hands now, and you've got the thing locked in pretty well. You've got it covered up.
I love having a football in the booth. I always hang on to it. Makes me feel like I actually played back in my day.
Well, you probably could have. If you had run that play, you would not have fumbled. I can tell you that.
Maybe. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense. They affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up. I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked Picked off near the 29. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
First and 10.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
That's what he's done here in this one so far.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. That one whistled against David Bakhtiari. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Dancing to his left. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Brought down at the 23.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Falcons 14.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Rodgers. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. A.J. Epinesa giving him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway.
Is good.
And that'll push the lead up to 8.
Packers 22. Falcons 14.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage.
Complete to Russell Gage.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the 29-yard line.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
First down.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. This is the tight end, Njoku. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 14. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Falcons send out their punter. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. Aaron Rodgers, we focus on him for our Players Spotlight. What can they do now, Charles, to make sure this highlight montage doesn't continue to show more pressure and pressure and pressure?
You feel like it always comes back to leverage, don't you? Who is going to win that battle of the offensive and defensive lines? Low man wins. We talk about that, but we think about it in a running game. Well, guess what? The same thing happens when you're trying to pass protect. Are you low? Are you balanced? Are you in a position where the pass rush won't bowl you over on their way back to the quarterback? They've got to reestablish that in order to try and keep their man upright.
Because they have been bowled over a lot so far in this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. Catch made, it's Moreau. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
That's pulled in at the 32. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Justin Houston making his presence felt there in the backfield. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. A throw over the middle taken in, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener, and it's a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise at this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And down inside the 15 he goes.
15 more yards.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. On first down, it's Gurley. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5.
Todd Gurley.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
On the pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And now the Falcons are within a 2-point conversion of tying up the game. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back at the 10.
Conversion is no good.
And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. And this is how the game has trended for him numbers-wise. He's really picked it up. And I got to be honest, I don't know schematically. This is where I need you. What does the defense need to do to get back to that start that they had on him?
You've got to harass him early in his route. Right off the line of scrimmage, someone needs to be there. So it's not what we call a free release where he just gets into the route so easily. Because once he builds up momentum and speed, forget it, you're done. Knock him off of that, chip away at his timing, and then make sure you have a second person there in the vicinity as well. Too big and too strong usually for one person to handle.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Gain of 8 brings up 2nd and 2 at the Packers' 30-yard line.
Now the 2nd down throw on target. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Justin Houston picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Fumble on the play. Recovered.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. And now a big play to start off this drive as the shot downfield is complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
26 yards.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They give to Dillon out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Stop made by Marlon Davidson. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They run once more with Dillon. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Rodgers to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll run for it with Dillon. And, boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Well, they were 2 for 3 on fourth down tries. Now they're unsuccessful. That brings them down to 50%.
But that's a percentage you have to feel pretty good about. You know, 2 for 2 for 3 before that, but finally get stopped again. That's okay. That's the type of team that'll keep pressing. In this situation, they'll continue to go for it.
16 yards, a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. Incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He'll look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
The pass.
They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. Fourth down. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
At their own.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up first and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.